y'all? What it is, what it do? It's your girl, Brittany. And make sure y'all click the link down in the description box below to become a paid member on my Patreon. Alright, y'all, if y'all see the hype button as well, please make sure y'all are hyping the video so we can get more subscribers. We're almost to 7,000 subscribers. I'm so excited, y'all. I hope that we get there before December. So if you are not already subscribed, make sure that you subscribe to the channel and help me hit that goal. Alright, y'all, without further ado, let's go and get into today's video. So as y'all know, the hookup, Shawty Got the Hookup, is out on Now That's TV currently. It's the second somewhat type of love show Now That's TV has had. They usually always do a love show around this time because y'all, as y'all know, this is couple season. This is the cuffing season or whatever. Let me know in the comments. Are you cuffed up? Do you have a man? Do you have a woman? Do you have a man and a woman? Do you? What you got? What you got? What you got going? Boom. So, as y'all know, we are exploring Tokoyo and Moses' relationship on the hookup because Shawty got the hookup. So, apparently, Tokoyo around here running things. She said, I want my man to get my friend. I want my friend to enjoy what I enjoy. So, as y'all know, as we seen on the last episode, Moses and Kayla got it going on. Okay, and I said I'm next. I'm still next in line. You always can't skip me. Ain't no skipping the line. I am next, boo-boo. I am next. Because the way it was given what need to be gave. But Moses, I'm going to tell you now, boo-key. I like for you to go me, okay? I'm not finna be the only one down by the river. I'm not finna be the only one. But as y'all know, we've been exploring their relationship. And as y'all know, we seen him do with Kayla. Turn around later on in the episode. They trying to find the next person. I already said I'm in line, so I'm next on the list. But they already trying to find the next person, so we exploring their relationship on the camera. And as great as it is on the camera, the reality of it is not that amazing. It's not doing what needs to be done as far as reality goes. Right now, in reality, in the real world, they're beefing. They into it. He telling her don't try to come to his city. And honey, the girlfriend of Moses now, who is in the Vanity Rose group, is throwing subliminal subs about Tokoyo. Tokoyo lets it be known she's in her city. What up? So it's a lot. It's a lot. They did the Sway Way podcast. They did do that. Now, before I get into the Sway Way podcast, I do want to talk about something Tokoyo brought up on Instagram. And I can't find it on Instagram, so I'm going to say allegedly. But I do remember her bringing it up earlier this week. And that's the reason I want to talk about it first. So, basically, long story short, and I'm going to, obviously put in my own words, Tokoyo ends up saying that she was passing Moses around. She got it, so then she let her friend hit it. Basically, like how men sit up there and say, you was a pass around. I hit it, then I let my homeboy hit it. Then my homeboy told my other homeboy, and he hit it. Like that. So she ends up saying that on Instagram, basically just saying, she was passing him around or whatever. Now, me personally, I don't see it like that. Because even if you did, quote unquote, pass him around and you exchange roles with him as far as the relationship goes, you playing as the man and he like your bitch, it'll never be that. The society that we live in, as much as you try to make it that, it is not that. We're all programmed to live by certain rules, and when you said it out loud, I do think that you sounded a little crazy. I'm not gonna lie. I do think that she sounded a little cuckoo, because even if you want to put that and say you passed him around, you let your homegirl hit it, it's not the same as women doing that versus men doing that. In society, in America, it's okay for men to do stuff like that. It's kind of weird now in 2025. I'm not gonna lie. But it was never cool for women to put that out there. Even if you and your homegirl do that, you don't sound right coming on the internet saying that he was a pass around and you passed him around to your homegirl. It's not the same. It's not the same. But anyways, let's move on to the Swayway podcast. Now, like I told y'all, they was on the Swayway podcast. So the day before they went on the Swayway podcast, Tokoyo had alleged on Instagram that she was doing the bending on Moses. Child. Woo, Jesus. So she lets it be known on Instagram that she did bend him over or whatever the case was. So he on Instagram fighting for his life, y'all. He like, I'm so mad. I've never been so mad. He on Instagram live, all this, all that. So me not knowing that they then was going to do the podcast the next day. I did not know that. So before I get into my notes, I will say this. Tokoyo is a beautiful woman. A beautiful woman. Very much so. And as I get older, like at one point in time, you know, I did feel like you had to scream, you had to yell at somebody to get your point across. But seeing her do the podcast and her screaming and yelling and getting up and calling him all out of his name, her delivery overtook her message. Like, even if you was doing the bending, I think because she was going so hard on calling him all out his name, like I said, screaming and yelling over him, her point was never getting through because all we could see was the show that she was putting on. Now, I'm going to say this too. Whatever they did, okay, cool. Nobody really cares about that. No, nobody truly cares. But I will say, just because he calm, cool, and collected, don't mean that he probably was bothering her at one point. Don't mean that he probably wanted her phone like that. Just because he coming off like, I got a girlfriend, I'm in love, da da this, da da that. God, please. You know how many men, you know how many women have stories about a man saying how they was in love and was cheating or doing something they ain't had no business doing or in the closet, anything. So, what's coming out his mouth is neither here nor there for me, because I feel as though you've heard 1,001 men say that and they find a way to still go back and forth with that woman. All this, all that. He flew up there to the Swayway podcast. You know, every time she on the internet, he finds a way to hurry up and say something about her, or, you know, just his storyline is usually her. And before the show came about, allegedly, from what I remember Sway saying, Moses was on the internet a lot talking about Tokoyo. Like, for a while, he was talking about her. She just now started reacting to him when the show came out. I guess she felt as though, like, the show ain't out yet. Why am I arguing with you when nobody knows who you are yet? Let everybody know who you are. Then I'm going to do what I need to do. So I understand that as far as marketing and business. But I do think because of the way she conducted herself at the show, her message got lost because she was doing all that hooting and hollering. And they were so busy trying to calm her down that you really couldn't see her point. Now, let me talk about some of my points. Okay, so first of all, she is very experienced. I don't think anything is wrong with her being experienced or her engaging in things that, you know, people think is quote unquote out the norm. Honestly, what she doing is just enjoying her life. Like, you only live once, YOLO. And if she wants to be with the Pineapple Club, if y'all know. If she wants to be with the Pineapple Club and she want to do the bending, I don't think anything is wrong with her exploring her sexual liberty and her sexual freedoms. And she ends up saying that on it, like, you know, she probably was just too experienced for him, and that's okay. If he's never done it, he's never done it. But that don't take away from her, you know, being experienced and being his first experience. Like, you know, ain't nothing wrong with that. And obviously, as much as he trying to play like he don't get down like that, he still went through with it. Not only did he go through with it, the next scene, they were saying who else he could conquer. The only person he didn't want to conquer was Freak League. Now, Landon ends up calling into the show. And mind you, y'all know, is a big manipulator. So he ends up asking Tokoyo, like, do you still want him? Tokoyo ends up saying that she do not want Moses no more. And Moses ends up saying, like, at the award, she tried to get him to come to her room. Honestly, let me tell you something. As much as Moses want to make it seem like Tokoyo want him, he liked this attention. This is his first time on TV. He did what he did on TV. I'm sure he's getting a lot of women like me who saying they next. You know, he's getting a lot of attention on him right now. He is a nice looking dude too. He is handsome. But let's be clear. He liked this attention. When Landon called, Landon was trying to be funny and trying to make it seem like she's matized, as y'all know, dematized or whatever, and she just can't get over him. They said that it's been months and months and months ago, and she's beefing with him because he will not leave her alone. Like, she's just now reacting because he been looking for a reaction for a long time. And like I said again, with him playing like, oh, I got a girlfriend, I'm in love, this and that, he didn't pop out, no shade, he didn't pop out with Honey until the show came about. Till, you know, he came on the scene. He didn't pop out with Honey the week before, or, you know, when she did the next awards. He wasn't, well, no, the next awards did happen around the hookup. But my point is, he didn't pop out with Honey till after he was shown on the hookup. We had never heard of him, Honey being together. Mind you, the blog pages would have been caught about now. The blog page would have been like, oh, Honey got a new man, or, you know, something. They would have been said something by now. Somebody would have been took a screenshot on a dry day. And we don't hear nothing about you and Honey's relationship till after we see you and Tokoyo on the screen. Make that make sense. Now, my next thing I wanted to call out is Sway. Y'all know I always gotta call him out. Now, okay, Tokoyo was just cussing at Moses, doing this. She was doing a lot. So Moses ends up started calling her name back. So she ends up being like, don't you ever da. And then Sway comes in and says like, now we not gonna do that. You been calling him all out his name. You mad disrespectful. You this, you that. You this, you that. You mad disrespectful, da. Then he then goes and apologizes to Moses. What irritates me so bad is he is so biased. As much as he tries to gaslight these folks and play like he's a real nigga, if you really wanted her to be quiet and stop talking to him like that, you would have escorted her out. That's number one. Mind you, when Freak Leak was up there with the BBO thing, what's her name? Sav was mad because the girl was nigga. And her and Sav was about to get into it. You went off on Sav. Like, my thing is, he pick and choose, which it is his show. So, you know, it is his show, so he can do what he wants to, but he is very biased. My thing is this, yes, she was doing a lot, but it's a way that one of the women, in my opinion, in production should have went over there to her, telling her, like, control yourself, you're acting crazy. Like, get your point across, but you ain't got to do all that to get your point across, because you losing in the sauce. More people are going to want to be on his side, because he is fine. Don't get me wrong, he is fine. He is new on the scene, and it do look like you bitter because he had moved on by his life. If it ain't that, you know, prove your point that, you know, he been trying to talk to you more so. But Swag, whatever, he always irritates me when he does certain things on his show. Like, he picks and chooses, because he up here apologizing to her, but then apologized to the black people when Freakily Monkey came up in there doing all that. But you then you want to apologize to Moses. Mind you, even though Tokoyo was saying everything she was saying to Moses, Moses never got up from his seat. He never got up from his seat. So obviously, he, in my opinion, he didn't feel that disrespected by her. He knew she was putting on a show. In my opinion, he knew that she was embarrassing herself. He was going to allow her to embarrass herself so he can get cool points. Like, again, to me, his image is, I've moved on. She's hurt. She's mad because I ain't stunned her no more. Look at her acting crazy on me. Like, by the time he did call her out his name, it did take a while for him to call her out her name back. And then that's when Swag jumped in. But my thing was, it was a two people argument. Why is you jumping in it? Y'all love to say, like, mind you, when Levi was trying to jump in, you was telling Levi to stay up out of it. You was telling people to stay up out of it, but then you jump in and say, I don't like when people do that. Like, why are you talking? You the host. If you really didn't like that she was doing all that, you should have told her to get up out of there for a minute. Go cool off if you really, care. Or Moses could have extremely excused himself real quick, but nobody did that. So shut up. Like, that got on my nerves. Now, she then surprises us and bring that thing out. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. When she brought that thing out, I'm like, oh my God. Tokoyo, I I just don't feel like we had ever seen Tokoyo this hype before. I don't know. I don't know. She said she did it twice, and she could have. She could have if he participated in a 3-way, he'll participate. You just don't know what he'll participate in. I'm not saying he would or he wouldn't, but you don't know. You don't know. And she said she did it twice. He talking about something. He keeps saying, bring the cameras, bring the cameras. She's saying that they never did it on camera. Like, they didn't do it on camera. They didn't do it when they was filming the hookup. They did it, like, after they filmed the hookup. You know, I guess when they was getting together by themselves. She did it then. But I think, too, if something was like that to go on, they might end up talking about it on the show. Honestly, if it is true or if it's not. They might end up saying something about it on the show, or, you know, alluding to something of that nature, because they still are scouting out girls. So you just never know what might come up in them scouting out other women. Let me also add this on. So E.T. is on the hookup part 2. She said that she was fine, but she was trying to find love. If y'all did watch the podcast all the way and y'all did see Phil want to be on part 3. I just, you know, certain people on Alice TV just don't be understanding when Alice TV don't fool with them no more. But he told me something. I'm cool with E.T. I'm cool with Tokoyo. Like, okay, and what does that have to do with you being on the show? You were boring on the last 2 shows that you was on. Like, be for real. And E.T. also said that she running up behind Ant anytime. Basically telling LaRue, like, I'm here. Don't sub me, because I got anything for anybody who need that with Ant. And LaRue said in the comments, I guess me and Ant both gonna get beat up. She was disappointed in what E.T. said, but, you know, she said that both of them gonna get beat up. I don't know why you disappointed in what E.T. said. I don't know why. Baby, E.T. is loyal to the bone to the people that she really fooled with. And I don't know. We gonna see. And then Andre ends up saying something about, I guess she gonna get Nugs too, because Nugs was hitting him, you know, while they was at the hotel, the Airbnb. She had ended up punching Ann in his face. I don't know. She ain't really saying anything about that. She just said something about Allure, though. She definitely subbed LaRue. But that's all I got for y'all in this one. Y'all let me know what y'all think. I'm gonna see y'all in the next one. I love y'all. Bye.